It's your boy, Rick Rowe, straight out of Clarks Vegas, Tennessee. That's Clarksville for you educated folks. All right, y'all. It's going to be my first YouTube channel for Baylor Trucking. I've been over here for about, really got started since March of this year, 2020. Got rolling. And it's been pretty good. Right now, I'm sitting out here in St. James, Missouri, getting unloaded at Walmart. My impression of the company so far is pretty good, actually. Has it all been peaches and cream? No. But I came over because the company I was with, I was out for about 2 weeks. And let me move this, like there's a glare or something over here. I was out for about 2 weeks with the company. And, mom was sick and had all kind of issues going on, medical stuff. And so I needed to be home. Wanted to be home a little bit more often. So, I kind of searched around, and I used to drive for Ashley Furniture. It's kind of located right up the street in Portland. Matter of fact, with a good arm, I can probably throw a ball and hit the driveway. But I, looked into Baylor, and I wasn't sure. I kind of bounced around to different companies. It was just kind of crazy. And I said, well, let me look into Baylor. And I contacted a few people. I say one guy, old Bobby Cindy, he called me because I like talking to people. I don't like texting questions back and forth and stuff. That's not my style. But I guess I'm just old school like that. So I talked to him, and he, kind of convinced me to come on over. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He just told me how it was. And I said, well, let me take a chance, because all the other little companies, over the road outfits, they wasn't hitting on nothing. They were okay companies, but it was either wasn't enough money or it wasn't enough home time. It was one of the two or both. And so I came over, and drove up that Sunday night, stayed in a motel, the Shady Grady is what I call it. It's not a bad place, long as you bring your breakfast. The breakfast is almost non-existent. I think a boiled egg, a pastry, so all the juice you can drink, some coffee, and that's about it. But they nice people over there. But there's a restaurant right across the parking lot, and then there's a McDonald's just down the walkway, just down the street, just a tad bit. So everybody can hop in the van and drive over there, or you can walk. So we got to orientation that morning and met the people, and this is kind of like pre-COVID. And, shook their hands. People seemed like they was pretty nice. And, we had to take a urinalysis that morning. Had to take the road test. Road test probably take about between 30 and 45 minutes. It's just back roads, back roads, and you get on the interstate and all that, come back, and then you have to back up in between some cones. Nothing you probably hadn't done in truck driving school. Then you'll come back and watch safety videos. You're gonna watch a lot of safety videos. There's probably more safety videos than anything else. Just probably just basic orientation, nothing like out of the ordinary. I think the load planner came down and talked to us They had people from payroll. You had to fill out the application, or you had to put that on paper. That kind of like took me a while because I had a couple of jobs before I came here, So I was happy Baylor hired me because I was on the downswing, man. I've been doing this almost 32 years, So I was glad Baylor, let me come over and everything, and I appreciate that. But so, we get through the orientation, and I see that was like Monday and Tuesday. We had Hannah. I think Hannah is like, I've been told by other drivers, she's like Carrie's right-hand woman. She's real nice. At that point, I didn't meet the owner, Carrie Beth. I hadn't met her at that point. But, Hannah fixed us something to eat. I think she cooked both days. After orientation, I spoke with her. I said, hey, she said, well, how was my cooking? And I said, you need to go on MasterChef or Hell's Kitchen. She just kind of laughed about that. But some of the other guys, I think they had somebody order them something to eat. So, we ate pretty good. And see, Tuesday, kind of the same thing. You're going to just watch more safety films. You're going to do all that. I actually came in because I had military, I was in the military. I was actually start with a penny more, so I came in at 49 cents, so that's kind of like pretty decent. I like to see more. If I stayed out a little bit more, like a couple of weeks, then it'll shoot up to like 52, 53 cents a mile. But I said, well, I'm just going to roll with this 49 cents right now and see how it goes. And, I know some drivers say that they haven't ran the miles, but it hasn't been my experience. Maybe because I've run out of Portland, Tennessee, I haven't had any problems with miles. I'm not going to say all my checks has been really good. I would say 80% of them been good. I say 80% of them. I brought home some pretty good checks over here. I don't have any insurance or anything. I'm on my wife's insurance plan, so I essentially don't have anything coming out of my account except for the little lawyer thing that they have going. I think it's $3 a week, something like that. But that's it. When I put my year in, then I'll make my investments in 401k, because brother, man, getting a little old and stuff, getting up there in the years. So I already got a retirement plan from my old job, and so I'm just gonna carry that on. And so one day when I retire, man, I'm just gonna sit on my beach house and just sail around on my yacht till I die. Not, but Baylor's a good outfit, man. It's a good outfit. Now there's probably gonna be some guys they're gonna say what they say about Baylor. I don't operate that way. I'm the type of guy, if I don't like a company, I left plenty of companies. I don't get on there and badmouth a company. It's just not my demeanor. I'm a happy, kind of go-lucky guy. And let me say something about, the people that I met at Baylor, dealing with the dispatchers. Now, my dispatcher is Casey. Coolest guy, one of the coolest dispatchers I ever met. We get along really well. Have a very good working relationship. When I came over, I said, I'm not particular about where I go. I said, but one thing I don't do is I don't drive overnight. I don't do any overnight driving. Now, I did it twice when I first started. Okay, I did it twice. Tired as I don't know what. So after that second time, I said, hey man, it's a wrap on driving overnight. And so he has done everything he could to keep me off driving overnight. Now I can drive late at night. I can drive in the to the wee hours of the morning, but it's just something about starting 8, 9 o'clock at night, because we got some freight that, you got to drive overnight. Now, some of these guys over here, it doesn't bother them to drive overnight and sleep in the daytime. I cannot sleep in the daytime. I just can't do it. After 32 years of doing this, almost, I think I know my body pretty well. So for all you guys that like to drive overnight, they got that freight like that, take it if you want it. You can have mine if you want to. I won't be mad. I won't be mad at you. Okay. And they've been pretty good, man. They've been really, really good about that. I never had a problem or had any type of, kerfuffle with anybody with the company. Everybody's been, professional. Now some other guys, I can't attest to that. I mean, if they had a dust up with dispatcher or load planner, or whoever, I don't know nothing about that. I just know way I deal, and I leave it up to other folks to tell you their experience with the people in dispatch, okay, load planners. Now, things that I don't like about the company is, for one, we don't have a pre-pass. You got to go into all the scales. That's one thing I don't like. And then the other thing that they're getting ready to change this. Now, this is one of my biggest one. And I end up eventually meeting Carrie Beth, that's the owner. I end up meeting her, I think somewhere about the middle of July, last part of July. My first time meeting her then at that point, and had a real good conversation with her, and and I told her that my mother had passed away, and so we were just sitting there talking. And let me tell you about Carrie Beth, the owner. If anybody know about football, they know about Jerry Jones. Everybody know about Jerry Jones is the owner of Dallas Cowboys. And he say he's involved with the players and stuff like that. She's involved with the drivers, but it's in a good way. It's not in a bad way. It's like she's very personable. She's not like the other owners where they, they're just shaking hands and ask, like, what's your name? And then, well, how's it going? Then you say whatever you say, and then they go back in their office and they get on the phone or they leave. She's not that way. If she know you, she'll give you a hug. Now, she didn't hug me because she probably don't, she didn't know me. That was her first time meeting me, and plus of the COVID stuff going around, so next time, maybe she'll shake my hand or give me a little hug or, whatever. But she's a nice person, and I really get the sense that she care about the driver. And some people they pretend to care about the drivers. She's done a lot of things. I know for like Celadon drivers, when they lost their jobs and the company folded up. I mean, she hired about 40 drivers, took care of them, had them in motels, she fed them. And she hired 40 drivers. She hired an owner operator, and then I talked to one of the guys, is that, his truck needed some work, and she loaned him money to get the truck repaired. I mean, it's nice stuff. It was one guy, he had to get home for his birthday. He ended up taking a load, and he was gonna miss his birthday, and she put him on a plane, flew him home. I mean, how many bosses would do that, So for some of the things that the company lacks, that kind of really helps. And another thing I was going to tell you about the trucks, they're going to turn the trucks up. They're going to have some kind of device in the truck, and that's what I had spoke to her about back then. I say, man, if these trucks just go a little faster, you get out there in the left lane and This guy doing 64, you doing 65. You trying to get down the road. This mitigation system is beeping when you get close to a vehicle. It's beeping, so you trying to go around the vehicle, and you get hung out there in that left lane. And I can't tell you, I almost lose my religion because it's just aggravating. So they came out with a message. They came out with a message last weekend that they're gonna put some device on the truck, and it's gonna read the speed limit, and whatever the speed limit says, that's what the truck will do. Now, I don't know all the particulars. If I had to guess, maybe the truck might be capped off at 70 miles an hour. I don't know any details, but I'll try to find out, get back with y'all on that. But whatever the posted speed limit is, that's what the truck will do. And that'll help. That'll help. That was one of my big issues over here, and I tell you, that was really aggravating. But yeah, so hey, look, if you guys interested in Baylor, or you got any questions for me, you want to hit me up, I'll leave my personal phone number. I'll leave my phone number down in the description below. Just a few things, just a few little criteria before you call me. Number one, don't call me on Saturday, right? Because I spend time with my family, and I'm doing stuff around the house. I had to go grocery shopping. I got to get clothes washed. So Saturday's a wrap. Okay, Sunday, I usually leave out on Sunday. I got one particular run I do on Sunday. Head up to Chicago. So Sunday after 12 noon, you can call me. Any weekday, you can call me. Don't call me late at night when I'm asleep. Don't do that. But text me before you call me, so I won't know you're a telemarketer. Okay. Other than that, I'll let your boy, man. I'm Rick Road. That's Roderick Anderson. Rick Road. I'll see you on the other side.